Fuselage construction. Step 1.
Okay, but now we're going to start gluing up 14, 15 and 16, and what we're going to use is this 30-minute epoxy. We don't need a lot, just tiny amounts, and then keep them together and put some weights on it. Now, let's do this. As you can see, I've started putting all these ribs and long bits together and try and form the fuselage. There were two things that came as a surprise, unpleasant surprise in both cases. One was that after I started putting these together, now, as you can see, I started putting this fuselage together, and when doing this, there were two things that came as quite an unpleasant surprise. One was that these 3 and 4 millimeter plywood pieces, the long ones, they are quite brittle and they will break at the thinnest parts, like this one here, and it is virtually impossible to glue them together again and expect them to hold together. Here's another one that broke, and one over here. So the other unpleasant surprise was that when I started sort of manhandling this together, I discovered that the fuselage does not stiffen up as I thought it would. Now it's all wobbly, and it can turn and twist in any which way, so this is not working. I'm going to have to put some kind of legs underneath, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take balsa wood like this one here. I'm going to cut it to about 20 centimeter long, and I'm going to place it underneath this long piece here all the way. So I will glue it in place and sort of stick these underneath to make it stand, and I will make a construction that sort of becomes rigid. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, here we are. I've just glued all these ribs in except for this one. I didn't glue in this one because it's supposed to lean towards the back like this. I don't know how much. There will be a structure here that will show me how much, but I of course couldn't leave it out because then I couldn't put it in again. Now these longerons have snapped on me, so I've got some temporary braces on them to keep them in place until the epoxy hardens. and that will take a few hours to harden completely. The fuselage seems to be straight, or should I say fuselage seems to be straight, and this rib seems to be at 90 degrees, which is very important. So now I'll just have to let this sit. The legs underneath, they now obstruct the longeron that's supposed to come here at the bottom. I'll have to fix that somehow, and I can put in the ones here at the top. There are two of them from here to here. So after that, the fuselage should harden up a bit. Okay. I've now managed to put the two F-17s down into the ribs and glue them in with epoxy. They are gluing as we speak. Now, meanwhile, I can position F1 on the right side, F2 on the left side, glue them in, and at the same time glue in the correct lean of F4. 1 and 2 will glue to rib F3 here, and then there are two half ribs, F5 and F6, that will glue down at the bottom. I've not done these yet, I've just fitted them in. So when I've done this, the front part of the fuselage should be stable. The last part of the first step is to take these parts here, these are F-18s, and glue them up here underneath the ribs, or to the sides of the ribs, and up to here, and all the way to the end, to the rudder post. In order to do that, I had to reposition the feet that I'd put under the crutch. I just moved them in and put a little cross piece. Now, this one here, of course, there was no room, so I just moved them out. I've also got these steel blocks here to keep this down, but it's not really needed because I glued all the feet both to the plate here and to the crutch. So now I'm going to get some epoxy and get these F-18s in place.
And so the first step is finished. I would like to thank you for watching, and if you'd like to see some more, there will be some more very shortly.